Welcome back to another video. As promised, this is my networking video of the network panel with the Legrand On-Q. I kind of got started a little bit early before I started recording. I was like, oh, forgot something. Because I did cut these wires down to a size where I was going to be happy with. So this is what it looks like now. Cable modem. I do plan on moving the cable modem. I was gonna wait until I started with the rack rebuild, but I think I'm going to move it now, just to get it pre-provisioned over there, move the coax cable, and get everything up and going. So from here to Alright, let's get started. I did make a miscalculation on my part with the heat shrink labels. So these are 1/2 inch, and I need 3/4 for the coax cable over here. So I won't be able to do this today. It'll be tomorrow. With the magic of video editing, it'll be on one video, of course. But I went ahead and pre-labeled these for the telephone wires. So I got all the bedrooms. These barely fit on, but go ahead and get these moved out of the way, and I'm going to cut these wires down to size. Go ahead and place our module inside where I want it at. Go ahead right here. That's a good spot. Punch that in. It's not going anywhere. And vacuum cleaner. So basically what I want to do, eventually I'm going to move these, place over here, or come down and then loop up right here. So that should be the goal, I think. bit more quieter, and instead of just repeating the same thing, I was able to get all of these punched down. Make sure that's in a very good punch down tool. The one I got sucks. This is a cheap one I got off of Amazon. It doesn't cut that well, and just a couple of the ones didn't punch down as well as either. So, alright, so I got these cable clips. I finally figured out how to use them correctly. You can hook it down like here, push in, it locks in, and then you can zip tie them in. So, I am trying to figure out the best way to use the zip ties. Go around here. It's not as pretty, but I'll figure it out. Not rearrange it. So I'll probably do a couple clips right here. Then I just need to prep the coax. There. And then I'll take the heat gun, shrink these down to size where I want them at, where I can see exactly which one's what. And that will do that part right here. So do one right there, set here, and then in the future I'll probably do one more put into the kitchen. So alright. Alright. Here's the product almost done. So all the wires labeled correctly, heat shrinked. Like I said, get a good punch down tool. I had to re-punch down a couple of these because they popped out. I did have this wire placed in right now. Still gotta cut off some of the ends. I had that looped around. Just need to get a plug, a telephone plug. We'll plug into here. This is that new wire that I had that was down earlier. I have it up going over. I moved the cable modem. The cable modem is no longer in the box. It's sitting on top of the rack. And once I get to the rack build, that will be, you'll see that in the next video. Coax. I just need to make sure I have the right label size, like the heat shrink size. I believe it's going to be 3/4 of an inch. That should be able to fit around here. Hopefully Amazon gets it to me tomorrow, and I will heat shrink label these. I didn't bother about heat shrinking this one or this one in the box. I mean, I could later on if I need to, but I didn't see the I need to heat shrink label this one or this one, as this is the only one that's coming in through the ceiling, not labeled, so it's pretty obvious. And this one's inside the box, so there's no need. But I do want to heat shrink label these just in case I need to separate any of them. I know which ones I need to separate and go from there. These little clips, these little black clips are nice. They come in handy as far as cable management. So I have everything in there. I do have power in here. If I need to add power to an accessory that's in the box, I have that option. But everything else is good to go. It closes really easy. I gotta get a little latch to lock it. This is an extra accessory that you have to buy separately. It doesn't come with the the box when you initially buy it, but that's okay. And here it is, nice and clean for the most part. Once I get those labels in, we'll work on the coax cables. All right, this is day 2 of the network build of my network panel. I finally got the right heat shrink size. I got 3/4 inch, which now can fit correctly over the coax cable. And actually, it should be able to fit over the actual connectors as well, so it'll be easier once I crimp down. I don't have to worry about, because I was thinking about I couldn't crimp down on the connectors on the cable until after I put the heat shrink on, after I identify which ones were which. So I'll be able to avoid that portion, which is good. And then I also got from Amazon yesterday, well, ordered yesterday, but this morning got the extra different color testers, so I'll be able to do multiple rooms at one time as opposed to just using that one red that I had to try to figure out which cable was which in each of the rooms. So there's one room I haven't done yet. That's my bedroom, in the master bedroom, just because I have the bed in front of the telephone / coax area, and I just don't feel like moving it right now. So I got everything else identified. The 2 cables on the outside of the house are also already crimped. That was done by Spectrum. So they went ahead and took care of that for me. So I don't have to worry about doing that one. So I'll be able to identify those when I go outside. And I should be able to identify all the wires except for the master bedroom. And of course, the one that's left over after I identify all the wires will be the master bedroom. So here's a close-up look. I know yesterday I didn't do a really in-depth close-up look of the job I did on the telephone input module. So here it is. Like I said, I think I did a pretty decent job of cable managing and labeling and making sure I have everything to where it's easy identified and everything. So I have this cable pre-made. It's already punched into the service part. This will need an RJ11 connector, which I do have on the way. I actually might end up going to Lowe's or Home Depot. I know they have some in stock. The ones I'm looking for is the 6P, 6C. I ordered some off of Amazon from a store. Off of there, they had the ones I wanted. I ordered it, but they sent me the wrong ones. They sent me the 6P, 4C. Connectors, which is not the ones I want. I want the 6P, 6C, which will utilize 6 of the connectors, even though I really don't need it, because when it comes to telephones, you're only really using 2 connectors. The more connectors you have, is the more ability to use different lines. So I can, in theory, I can use up to 3 lines on this one phone line, or this one cable. So that's in theory, if you have the right connector. But with the 6P, 6C, you know, I think it's 3 lines is the max you can use. So unless you have a connector, an RJ11 that's at 8P, 8C, which I don't think they make anymore, just because telephone systems are no longer really used. So I have this Unifi Talk ATA. It's an analog adapter, telephone adapter. This will allow me to use analog regular phones with the Unifi Talk system. So they do have some VoIP phones, which are very nice. The problem with those, they are not cordless, they're corded. So I just hate the fact that I have to sit down and kind of be limited in my space whenever I am trying to talk to someone on the phone. So I'll probably get one to put in my office, especially if I'm sitting there in my office and if I decide to do more stuff at home, because some of the jobs I'm looking at doing are kind of a hybrid to where I can work at home So that'll allow me to have an office phone in my office. I don't worry about really being cordless because I'll be sitting at my desk with my computer and everything. So, like I said, I had this wired already. This one is also, I did this yesterday. So basically, it's a line that goes up into the attic and back down through that little opening over there. So I did that for cleanliness and cable management and everything else. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on these coax cables. All I gotta do is start stripping and start adding connectors to it. So let's go ahead and get started. I went ahead and got all the labels pre-printed out already. Oh, I did get my ups today, but it is dead. It doesn't work. So I have to send it back. I'm not sure exactly why. Turn it on, doesn't turn on. I hit the reset button in the back. It seems to be working. I got it used from a, I guess it was used on a work site somewhere and no longer needed. The picture showed that it was powered up. I think she has like 3 of them. So she had pictures showing that it was powered up. I wasn't too worried about batteries because I can get batteries to replace these. They're actually pretty cheap too. So I already sent a message to the seller, but okay, it doesn't power on. So she can either give me a refund or she can give me one that works. Unfortunately, this one didn't come with the rack mount ears. So if she gives me a refund, I already saw another one, an actual better version of this one. It's double the price, but like I think I literally paid $65 for this, with the intention of replacing the batteries. So the one I saw is like $150. I think the only biggest issue I had with the other one that's $150 is they had this big shipping price on it. So I gotta look to see exactly. This one was coming from Texas, so this was in Texas, and it took like a day to get here because I live in Texas as well. So hopefully I can get it ups and I can get that in there and going. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on the coax. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit and go from there. Get a good angle for you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. popular rapper. Too short. Alright. Well, this bites. That means I got two I can't identify. Alrighty, so we're gonna make this happen. What we have. Go from there. Alright. So let's test the 4 bedrooms. Same dimension of rooms. So bedroom number 2, we'll get a black one. Bedroom 3, we'll get a green one. So black, green. Good thing I left this bed like it was. Black, green, blue, and red. Like I said, excuse the mess with the kids. I got the right one down there. All right. Let's see if I can find these cables. I mean, I got another red one, but it'll confuse me if I try to use it. All right, so cable tester, I just gotta hit the button and then it should tell me which one is which. So I correctly identified every one of them and even went outside. And now, so what I'm gonna do is outside 2, I'm not gonna worry about for right now, and family room fireplace is another one I'm not gonna crimp down right now. So I'll leave those 2 blank. I mean, not blank, but without connectors. I'll crimp everything else down. And then we'll start screwing them in into the distribution block. So, and then we'll fire up the heat gun and go from there. simple compression tool. Just goes in, squeeze, and compresses. Hello? Hi. Alright, that was the wife calling. So, I have to keep this up as well. Alright. I'm thinking. Actually, no. I was going to move the outside wire over here. But like I said, if I was going to get anything done and use that other wire, I want it readily available. That way I can stick it right there in the middle. So, because I might, depending on the price of streaming TV is starting to go up a lot. And I could easily hook this up to an external antenna. And then any TV can plug into that external antenna through all the rooms and then get over the air TV. So I might just do that instead. So alright, so I'm gonna push this up a little bit. This back in here. Easily do a splitter on this one with another one, like another family room. Do a splitter and have the splitter come down on that one if need be, depending on what I'm using it for. So I'll leave that there, leave that up there, and push these to the back, and I will Velcro these down for now, until I get 2 more connectors to put on there. That way I'm protecting those ends as well. much cleaner. Like I said, I still got 2 more I need to add connectors to and go from there. So let's get a clean shot of everything. Labeled, rubber grommets are in, tie downs, Velcro tie downs, punched in. Just putting on one more connector, which I might go to Lowe's later on and pick that up. And that's gonna wrap that up. So, next project is this. But first I need those patch panels that works for keystones, and I'll probably do a few of the keystones on the wires I identify here, and I can go ahead and label those as well. And like I said, take this off, move this up, put that big shelf right there. Not at the bottom, it'll be right here. Once I get the ups will go at the bottom. Shelf, move this up. I probably have to put a space in so I can feed the power cables in, and then the back is going to be a lot of cable management. And then once I get this to where I want it at, the next project will be running multiple Ethernet wire to all the rooms. And then the family room, actually there'd be multiple multiple Ethernet wires to the family room, my office, and the master bedroom. The other bedrooms will get 2. One's going to be dedicated for 1 gig, and the other one will be dedicated to a 2.5. And then in the future, excuse me, in the future, I can convert that to a 10 gigs. So, thank you for coming out and, like I said, kind of networking with me with some cable management and cleaning up. That's going to end this video. I'll see you in the next one.